Hello, and welcome to Love for Beginners channel. Today we're looking at a question that touches almost every human life. Let's take a closer look. At first, the answer seems obvious. People build friendships, fall in love, create families, join communities, and stay close to others because it feels natural. But if we look deeper, beyond habit, culture, or romance, the real answer is much more fundamental. Human beings need relationships because human life itself is built around connection. From infancy to old age, our minds, emotions, and even our physical health function better when we have meaningful ties to other people. This begins at the very start of life. A human baby is one of the most dependent beings on Earth. A newborn cannot survive, regulate stress, or develop normally without care from others. Researchers in child development have shown that early relationships play a major role in shaping the brain, emotional stability, language, and social ability. In simple words, relationships are not just something people choose later in life. They are part of how human beings grow from the beginning. And that need does not disappear when childhood ends. Adults may become independent, but independence does not mean humans stop needing other people. In fact, modern health research shows the opposite. Social isolation and loneliness are now treated as serious public health concerns. These two ideas are related, but they are not exactly the same. A person can be physically alone and still feel peaceful, while another person can be surrounded by people and still feel deeply disconnected. So the issue is not just presence, it is the quality of connection. That distinction matters because human well-being is shaped not only by food, shelter, and safety, but also by emotional and social bonds. A life without meaningful connection often becomes harder to carry. Studies have linked poor social connection to increased risks for anxiety, depression, heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. Some major public health findings have even suggested that the effects of long-term social disconnection can be comparable to other serious health risks. This tells us something important. Relationships are not only about comfort or companionship, they are also connected to health in real and measurable ways. Why is that true? Because relationships affect people on many levels at the same time. They influence how we handle stress, how well we sleep, how we recover from difficult experiences, and how motivated we are to care for ourselves. A supportive relationship can make a hard season more manageable. It can give a person someone to talk to, someone to rely on, or simply someone who notices when something is wrong. Human beings do not regulate emotions in complete isolation. Very often, we calm down, recover, and stay stable through connection with others. Relationships also give people something less visible, but just as important, a sense of belonging. Belonging means feeling seen, accepted, and valued. It means knowing that your presence matters to someone else. Without that feeling, life can begin to feel colder and more fragile. People may still function, still work, still move through routines, but something essential is missing. Human beings are not just wired to survive. They are also wired to belong. This helps explain why loneliness has become such a major issue in the modern world. Loneliness is not simply a passing mood. When it becomes chronic, it can affect both mental and physical well-being. It can weaken resilience, lower life satisfaction, and make everyday problems feel heavier than they really are. In that sense, disconnection is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it looks like a person doing everything alone for too long, but over time, that lack of meaningful connection can wear people down. It is also important to understand that relationships do not only mean romance. Many people hear the word relationships and think immediately about dating or marriage, but human connection is much broader than that. Friendships matter, family bonds matter, mentors matter, supportive communities matter. Trusted colleagues, neighbors, classmates, and social groups can all play important roles in a person's life. What human beings need is not only a romantic partner, they need a social world in which trust, care, and mutual support are possible. At the same time, not every relationship is healthy. This is another important truth. The human need is not simply to be attached to someone at any cost. The real need is for healthy connection. Supportive, respectful, and emotionally safe relationships can help people thrive. Harmful, unstable, or deeply stressful relationships can do the opposite. So when we talk about why humans need relationships, we should not mean any relationship. We mean relationships that bring safety, respect, care, and a genuine sense of being known. Another important point is that people do not necessarily need huge social circles. A person does not need to be surrounded by dozens of people to feel connected. Sometimes a small number of strong, reliable relationships matters more than a large number of shallow ones. One loyal friend, one caring parent, one trusted partner, or one community where a person feels understood can make a real difference. The goal is not popularity. The goal is meaningful connection. Relationships matter not only at the personal level, but at the community level too. When people feel connected to others, communities become stronger, trust grows, cooperation becomes easier. People are more willing to help each other, support one another, and respond together during difficult times. In that way, relationships do not just shape individual lives. They also shape the health and resilience of entire societies. So why do human beings need relationships at all? Because relationships help people survive at the beginning of life, grow into emotionally stable adults, handle stress more effectively, protect physical and mental health, and create a sense of belonging that human beings are deeply built to seek. A person may enjoy solitude, value privacy, and need personal space, and all of that can be healthy. But even then, most people function best when that solitude rests on a foundation of real connection. The most honest answer is this: relationships are not a luxury added to human life after everything else is in place. For human beings, relationships are one of the basic conditions of a good life. Not everyone needs the same number of people, not everyone lives in the same way, but meaningful connection helps people grow, stay well, and live with more strength and stability. We do not seek relationships only because society expects it. We seek them because human life works better with them than without them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel. See you in the next one.